trade rumors are swirling for a Green Bay Packers receiver and why he is the perfect guy to ship out. Plus, we hear directly from Matt LaFleur, who revealed for the first time what may have spoiled the Packers' season. And LaFleur also gave more insight into what the new defensive scheme will look like in 2026. I'm Jakob Brandenburg, and this is NFL League meetings began today, and Packers coach Matt LaFleur had a ton of interesting comments about issues from last season and changes for this year. Some had answers to the questions that we've all been wondering about, and other things LaFleur said will make you have even more questions. Before we get into that, I want to thank you for clicking on this video. This is a new channel where I'll be bringing you Packers news and updates, and I hope to quickly become the place you come to first anytime anything Packers related happens. Now you can help me out by liking these videos, watching all the videos, sharing them with your friends, commenting, engaging with us. Also by subscribing, of course, to this channel, and that'll help you out as well, because you'll get notified anytime a new video with Packers news is posted. All right, let's get into it. We have to start with the trade rumors that are swirling. Multiple teams are reportedly interested in Packers receiver Dontayvion Wicks. The Bills, Raiders, Dolphins, and Jets have been the ones making the most calls about Wicks. Wicks is heading into his fourth year with the Packers. He was a fifth-round pick out of Virginia, and this is the last year of his contract. He's also coming off his worst season as a Packer, 14 games, 30 catches, 332 yards, and only 2 touchdowns. Now, I think this would be a great move for Green Bay for multiple reasons. One, I'm confident in the receiver group that we have, Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, among others. It's also a great chance to pick up some more draft capital or maybe secure a defensive player. One name that's out there that I saw is Jets nose tackle Harrison Phillips as a possible return piece, and that could help with the new Packers defense. Go ahead and comment with the Wicks trade that you would like to see, or what you'd like to see the Packers get in return, or if you think they should keep that receiver. Now, if you like drama, there is one other reason that Wicks might be a good person to get rid of, and I'll tell you about that right now. Today, the media had access to Coach Matt LaFleur for the first time in a while, and LaFleur had a lot to say. On his own, he brought up what he thinks a problem was with last year's team.
I think, if I'm being honest about it, I think there were some guys that were upset about roles last year, and I think that took a toll on our football team. So you need guys that bring great energy every day. I think from a coaching standpoint, role clarity is key. So we got to obviously do a better job communicating with our players. Hey, here's your role, and if you're unhappy about your role, it's on you to do something about that, to carve out a bigger role on this football team.
The obvious follow-up was then asked, are the guys who were unhappy with their role still on this team?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into each individual, but I feel pretty confident with my conversations with the majority of our players, but certainly some guys felt a certain type of way. And the one thing I've learned in this business is you can't please everybody. You can't be all things to all people, and ultimately you've got to make decisions that you feel are in the best interest of your football team.
It is a hard job, managing the egos and playing time of 53-plus grown men who've always been the best at what they do from wherever they come from. But that's Matt LaFleur's job. As far as who LaFleur was talking about, well, I think you start by looking at who's no longer on the team. Was Quay Walker unhappy being overshadowed by Edgerrin Cooper? I love me some Elton Jenkins, and his versatility was one of the best things about him. But maybe it wasn't fair to ask your Pro Bowl guard to play center all of last year and then also get injured. Rashawn Gary, another player who's gone after going from being Green Bay's top edge guy to playing Robin to Micah Parsons' Batman. And then the receiver room. Injuries opened up a lot more playing time for guys, but could disputes over his role be why Romeo Doubs is now gone? Or maybe it's why the Packers are entertaining these trade talks for Dontayvion Wicks. Obviously, LaFleur won't spill the beans, so it's left for us to just speculate. But if the move was to try and get rid of the bad apples from last year's team, maybe that explains some of these puzzling offseason moves we've seen. Why did they let that guy go? This could be an explanation, and it could help team chemistry as we head into 2026. Another big question this offseason is what the Green Bay defense will look like under new coordinator Jonathan Gannon. As coordinator for the Eagles, the base defense was a 4-3. But as head coach in Arizona, Gannon's teams ran a 3-4. Green Bay had been running a 4-3 with Jeff Hafley and has players suited to that style like Micah Parsons. LaFleur was asked about it. He says, quote, "We played a lot of 3-4 principles last season." As far as how Micah Parsons will fit in, LaFleur said, quote, "When you have an elite player like that, there's nothing he can't do." And I think that's a fair point from LaFleur. Micah could easily go from a 4-3 defensive end to a 3-4 outside linebacker, or really line up in whatever spot Gannon would like to use him in this new defense. I've also seen concern about the lack of a true 3-4 nose guard, but Green Bay has at least 3 guys on the roster who I count that could do that: Nazir Stackhouse, Jordan Riley, and Jonathan Ford. However, there was one of LaFleur's comments today that did give me some concern. He says he never had a direct conversation with Rick Bisaccia about why he stepped down as special teams coordinator. He just assumed he wanted to be closer to family. You assumed? How do you not talk to one of your coordinators about why they're quitting? It's a bad look for LaFleur, and we all know the old saying about what happens when you assume. And apparently, new special teams coordinator Cam Acord was on the list that Bisaccia gave LaFleur. Not that we really want his seal of approval. I just hope that somebody can fix the Packers' special teams so it doesn't negatively swing the result of any more games. Thank you for watching this episode of Go Pack Show. We'll be back with more Packers news and updates later this week. Again, help me out by liking these videos, share them with your Packer friends and other Packers fans, and subscribe to the channel. And we do want to hear from you, so be sure to drop some comments as well. We'll see you later, and Go Pack Show.